Sambo,
Yes, sir.
we're back in the library, Sam.
Back in the archives.
I've used the Dewey Decimal System, Sam.
Dewey.
Yeah.
Stuart Jew. AFL joke. Move on.
Yeah, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Today, we're revisiting our 2020 episode with The Naked and Famous.
Yes.
Fun little anecdote about this one. This was the first interview where I was like, fuck, this is like the big time.
I remember you being really nervous about this one.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
Do you know how big a deal this one is? Like, this is fucking sick.
I might have to revisit this, and this may get cut out. I'm pretty sure that I was so nervous in this that I actually got sick and I had to run to the bathroom in the middle of this interview. I think there's a part of this interview where you just seem to be like talking for a fair while.
Really?
Yeah.
So you got so nervous you threw up.
I can't remember. Like I was definitely sick because it was during the pandemic.
Yes.
And I was sick at the time, like separately.
Yeah.
But I pushed through the pain, obviously, because I'm a professional, Sam. And but I was sick enough that I had to, I think I had to like duck out of the interview for like a couple of minutes.
Crushing too hard on Tom.
Mate, you know how it is.
That's it. But yeah, The Naked and Famous haven't released music in a long time.
I'm looking. So this is Wikipedia, Sam. They are saying that they currently are a band. They're not were a band. So that maybe they're just having a little hiatus.
Yeah, a hiatus.
Yeah.
Well, I remember this chat actually being quite good.
Yeah. So do I actually, Sam.
Oh, look at us go. And I'm in this one this time, unlike all our other archives.
Yeah, nice of you to fucking rock up.
Look, there were circumstances in that moment that made it tricky during that COVID year. But, onwards and upwards, isn't it?
Well, here's us. Genuinely us. Shouting to the Naked and Famous. Sam, our next guests have me fanning like a lot. Like a lot.
What? I know, Maxie. You haven't stopped talking about it all week.
I know, right? This has been like my like dream. So they're the Kiwi duo that you know from their songs Youngblood and Punching in a Dream. And they're back now with their hard-hitting fourth album, Recover. Alisa and Thom of Naked and Famous, welcome to the show. How's it going, guys?
Good. It's good to be with you, Sambo and Maxie, as I observed you calling each other.
Yeah.
So
That's fair.
cute.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
No, thanks
Our
for taking
pleasure.
the time out, guys. We before we dive like too quickly into the interview, we like to sort of get into your brains and your ears and kind of ask what's been spinning in your playlists over the last couple of days or weeks.
What have you been listening to?
I was literally thinking about this morning. I'm really loving this black female artist called Orion's Sun. She's like R&B, electronic, just lush vocals and great songwriting. Like she, a lot of her lyrics is so imagery based, and I love that so much. And there's this other artist that I discovered from listening to Mark Ronson's Late Night Feelings album. Her name's Yeba.
Great album.
And she has, Yeba, she's got that crazy voice and it just like soars to the heavens. And like, the song on that record, Don't Leave Me Lonely, like I haven't sung like a raving idiot since my childhood days singing along to Mariah Carey. And it's just like, wow, I'm here for it. I love it. It makes me feel so good. So yeah, that's what I've been listening to, the two tracks that two artists that I'm loving at the moment. Super eclectic pair of names that I've just said.
Hey, if they've taken you back to Mariah Carey days, like,
Yeah.
you gotta pay that.
Yeah, totally.
That's so funny. I totally freeze out whenever anyone asks me what I'm listening to. And I'm like a meme. Millennial memes about like listening to old music from high school and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, do you guys follow all the like big millennial meme accounts that are just like full of
Absolutely.
full of Limp Bizkit memes and shit?
Yep.
Yeah.
Please tell me you're listening to Limp Bizkit.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like, so people ask me what I'm listening to. I'm like, I don't know, Chocolate Starfish. I don't know. And,
He's still rolling.
And I'm
He's
like,
still getting my generation.
joking and being ironic, but like, I'm listening to it at the same time. I actually am listening to it. So, and it's kind of amazing because I during quarantine I went on this like big deep dive on all my old like music that I listened to when I was a kid growing up. So I went through all these really bad nu metal playlists, and I found all these like nu metal hits from like 98 to
straight
2000.
corn, like
Yeah,
all that beautiful stuff.
yeah. But I mean, I went deep. Like the corn stuff. Like
Oh, deep
we saw
cut stuff.
corn.
Okay, here we go.
We saw Korn play at a German festival that we were playing at in
Oh
like
my
2014, and I was like,
I remember.
"Lol, guys, let's go see this." Remember Korn? And then I was just side stage like, "Got the life!" Like just like going through it, and I like no
Was it
shit.
Jonathan Davis that had his microphone? It's like
Springs back.
It's like
springs
it's
back,
like
but
Prince's
there's, like-
symbol. It's
yeah,
all-
I
there's
just
like a
knew-
gargoyle on his microphone stand or something. I don't know.
I knew every single lyric to every single song. So I mean, I went deeper than that on this like playlist. I went and like listened to some really kind of like more obscure and weird sort of bands like Cold Chamber and stuff. And like I was really big into
Ooh.
Fear Factory at one point.
Oh my god, I remember those days.
So it was pretty fun. But so I did that in quarantine. But what I've been listening to recently, I have to grab my phone and remember, like, so I don't seem too old and jaded. But there's an LA artist called Loyal Lobos. I really like her. She's very cool.
Okay.
She's Colombian, born, but half of her record's in English and half of it's in Spanish. She's very cool.
That's cool.
Really like her stuff. And then I quite like the new Haim album. That's really good.
And you love Phoebe.
Yeah, that's
Bridgers?
been
Yeah,
Phoebe
album.
Bridges' album has been fantastic.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. She's another
Yeah.
LA native. And what else? I saw Casey Hill put out a record, and I really liked a few of her singles, so I'm quite excited to check that out, actually.
He likes to get in touch with his soft side. listening
Yeah.
to
That sounds very,
That's like-
sounds very sensitive.
Yeah, I like almost like exclusively listen to female artists now by accident, but
And
probably because of where I came from, probably because like I'm
There weren't
like,
too many
making up
women
for
getting
it.
around in the new
It's
metal
just a-
scene like that.
It's
Yeah,
just a
yeah.
melting
So,
pot of music right here.
I
Have
love
you guys
it.
seen
I love
that
it so much.
documentary, the Oasis documentary?
No, I don't think I have,
Is
which is
it
weird because I
Oasis
love
not
Oasis
pretty
too.
Because I listened to their album What's the Story Morning Glory recently, upon watching that documentary, and it just like pretty much the story of their lives as brothers and the history of the band and how they formed and all the different members and the nature of the sibling
Supernova?
relationship. Yeah.
So is that what it's called?
I don't know what the documentary's called.
I think
I
it's
can't
called
remember.
Supernova.
Yeah, but it's amazing.
It was pretty great because like I wasn't like big on Oasis, like I wasn't a big fan or anything like this. But it's like one of those documentaries where if like you didn't get a band, if you weren't like, oh yeah, I just got Radiohead, you can see this documentary and kind of come away from it being like, yeah, I guess I fully understand Oasis now. I get where they fit in. I understand why they were big. Like even if you're not like a big fan, you probably come away being like, yeah, I really love a couple of songs. You could lie and pretend like you were there. You know what I mean?
You know more than Wonderwall now.
Yeah. No,
Yes.
it's really good. I agree. I saw it and it was like,
really good.
it's
And
awesome.
they actually do have a lot of great songs. A lot
Yeah,
of great
they
songs.
do.
It's-
Oh yeah, those first two albums are incredible. And What's the Story, Morning Glory? The album Sam and I really sort of bonded over that earlier.
We did,
on each
actually.
other, so
Ah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Cool.
We
Yeah,
needed
it's kind of like
something.
I kind of like missed them totally, and but like they were always on the peripheral, sorry, for me, and I knew that like kind of when we started as well, there were like all these bands that was just like it's like every band just wanted to open for the Strokes, and then some of those bands also were Oasis fans, but like because everyone was like, "Lol, here's Wonderwall," they were not as overt about being fans about Oasis. Do you know what I mean? Like
But
it wasn't
didn't
the forefront. Like
Yeah.
everyone was like, "Yeah, just listen to the Strokes."
Didn't
but
you
like,
play
no one said, "Yeah, I listen to Oasis."
in your busking days? Did you ever play any Oasis songs though?
I mean, absolutely. The amount of $20 weekend top-ups that I made from busking Wonderwall, like it got me through socializing.
oh, I'm
It
sure.
paid for
So
the gas in your car.
Yeah,
where they're always like drunk people on the street, just like, oh, just hit us with Wonderwall. Come on, just do it.
yeah. She's talking about also when I was like 14, but yeah, there was probably still drunk people on the street in the middle of the day where I grew up as well.
No, Tom used to busk outside this shop called the Warehouse, and on the North Shore, and they would be doing like sausage sizzles on like the side, and then Tom would rock up with his guitar case and his guitar and play.
Did I actually do that when we
Yeah.
were together when we were
Yeah,
kids?
yeah.
Oh my
Yeah, you
god.
did.
Okay, so I
Did you
also
get-
did the shopping as a young adult. Shit. Wow.
Did you get complimentary sausage sizzle though
No.
as a payoff?
Nah.
No.
Oh,
Oh.
The patronage for that warehouse was usually like senior citizens and like families and
Ah.
stuff. So
oh. So did you ever get like requests for like, can you bust out the trumpet, do a bit of Louis Armstrong or something like that?
I got requests, but they were more like, "Can you stop?"
Here's $5. Just
Yeah.
put
Can you
it away.
$50 if you go home, kid?
Unreal. Well, let's chat about you guys. The new album, Recover, is the first sort of full length since Simple Forms.
Yeah.
And it deals with a lot of heavy topics like anxiety and grief and loss. But for you guys, did the album take a bit of time to come together as you were dealing with these big issues, or were the themes
Yeah.
sort of catalysts for new tracks?
Oh no, it took a long time because we went through so many changes. We lost band members. We had it, Tom and I, our creative process was a little stunted, and you know, we had to take a break from it. We had to, you know, we ended up collaborating with a lot of friends who reinvigorated our creative process. And I don't know, I feel like there's something to be said for creative partnerships that have spanned a decade. And you know, I feel like Tom and I have like a default setting when we write songs, and you know, we really needed to take the Naked and Famous somewhere new in 2020, and that was such a big goal of ours. And you know, so we started writing the record end of 2017, beginning of 2018, and did a lot of like just trial and error co-writing sessions and fighting because we were like both had our own ideas of what we wanted for the band moving forward. We had just had like such a fresh start, and trying to navigate where we were going to go next was a bit hairy there for a second.
Yeah.
But we're in a better place now, and I feel like Recover is a reflection of that.
Yeah, it was a big achievement.
There's a lot
Absolutely.
of a lot of trials and tribulations and healing and oh my gosh, a lot.
Sounds like a lot of late nights and maybe a couple of drinks to sort of
Oh,
catch up.
oh
Yeah.
yeah,
relationships.
I have I definitely had like I have an emergency pack of cigarettes in my kitchen. I have really bad days. And I think I drank a lot of whiskey. No,
I know about
barrel
this.
aged gin and my stress cigarettes. So sometimes making a record makes me go down that path, but it's
Wow,
fine.
I'm glad I know about these stress cigarettes.
Yeah. Now they're your collective stress.
Yeah.
cigarettes.
Jeez.
Sounds like Recover brought to you by ciggies and whiskey or gin. Sorry.
Wow.
Do you ever have those bad days where you just like, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna pour myself one and just go outside and grovel.
Punch a dart.
Uh,
No, fair enough. I know that feeling.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of these tracks, they also have sort of different textures to them than we're used to hearing from you guys, both as sort of an evolution and I guess a bit of a change as well. But where did you want to head in this album sonically?
We took a little while to actually figure that out. Like that's part of what Lisa was saying about like figuring out how to do the album, was really trying to figure out like a new kind of sound, new direction, something
Something new for us.
And the first song where we hit our stride and we found that was actually the song Recover, which was really like, to me, I think it's the best song on the record. I think it's the strongest track. Just, it's like a piece of art that I'm really proud of. It's not like the obvious single or anything like that, but it's just like, I think it's the best. It's my personal favorite song for both. It's like production, presentation, size, brevity, meaning, lyrics, like performance, like everything about it. I'm just like, it just ticks all the boxes for me. But yeah, like Alisa came over to her house. Simon and I, who's Simon Oscroft, is the co-producer, co-writer who is working with us on a lot of these songs. He's like an old friend of mine who also was my rival. He would get to the busking spot first before me in high school. We're like,
He was the one that got the sausage sizzle.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. And yeah, so him and I go back to when we were like little children. You know, we grew up together. We were kids in elementary school. But him and I were waiting at Elisa's house for her to come home, and we were going to try write some songs. And Elisa like bursts into the room, and she's like, "I've written a song on the drive over here." So she's written a song in the car and just like sings the chorus of her cover, and we were just like, "Wow, this is great." So we ran around her house like recording, basically
finding the chords.
finding the chords. So we jumped on a grand piano and we like played the chords on the grand piano and recorded that in her living room. And then ran down the hallway and all sang a big group vocal to make it sound like it was a choir, like a chorus of voices. And then we had this very organic, like folky sounding version of the song, and the song opens like that. It's like actually like just the day of demo recording of trying to like create Elisa's song that she was singing to us into something. And then we took that sort of folk demo, and then we sampled it and put it into a session, and we were like, cool, no more organic instruments. We'll just use the computer. And then we wrote the rest of the song just entirely in the computer. And it just came out like a sneeze, like all at once. It was just like the song was basically finished, done, written, practically recorded all in one day. And then we were like, that's it. That's the process. Now we're going to do that a bunch of times over the summer. And then most of the record came out really quickly after that. Like the next day was Sunseeker. A couple of days later we wrote Come You Are. So we wrote about 2/3 of the record in that time. And then so as we hit those sort of like milestones of like creative when we were in a flow, that's when we knew what the sound was. We were like, okay, we've got it. This is what we're doing. And we went back after we had all those songs and brought in like some of the older tracks that we kind of thought were really good but didn't feel new enough to us. And then we were like, okay, we've got this new process. Let's take those and just put them in this new wrapping. So yeah, that's how that worked.
It certainly does. The record does open like in a different way to how you might expect, because you do have that folky sound. And at first I was like, whoa, hang on. This is not necessarily the Naked and Famous that we're used to off the past 3 albums. Yeah. I was like, we've gone full Mumford & Sons here. Like,
yeah.
But like, do you think that because that was the first track that, and obviously you're saying, you know, that set the process, that also set the theme, and obviously it ended up being the title track. Did it set thematically set the tone as well?
Yeah, I definitely think it does, just because so much of this record is about healing and is about recovering oneself and mentally, and I just feel like it summed up everything that we had gone through.
Yeah.
You guys said that a lot of this album was recorded in LA in Silver Lake, and I actually was able to get over to Silver Lake just before lockdown started at the beginning of March.
Oh, wow.
And
whereabouts?
It was awesome. Mostly just the main drive there. I was like going to like one of the Mexican restaurants and like a couple of the vintage stores along that main drive. I can't remember the name of it. Yeah.
The Reservoir?
Yeah, I didn't actually go all the way out to the reservoir. I just kind of like walked around basically.
Okay, cool.
But like, do you like? I mean, that as a neighborhood, it's so like it oozes creativity. Do you think that the spaces you guys were in are kind of reflected in the album in the end?
Totally. I feel so lucky that like our collaborators live nearby, so it was easy for us to connect and get into the rooms with one another. I just think living in Los Angeles in general is a bit like that. You know, it's a bit of a mecca for creative people, for artists to kind of like connect and make art together. So it's just kind of like we're exactly where we are supposed to be.
Yeah. It's an interesting place as well, because LA is like Alisa said, it's a mecca. It's a place full of, I mean, it's, you know, Hollywood's here, the music industry's here, that kind of idea, and there's this culture of like competitive music industry work. Like people go to writing sessions all the time. Like we know a lot of people who are just writers. You know, they're not artists. They write for other people. They might top line. Like, you know, an acquaintance friend of mine wrote songs on Dua Lipa's record and blah blah blah. You know, like there's so many people like that have got, you know, a stake in all these different things. And it's interesting because there's so much to learn from that. There's so much to take away from it. We're very used to it now. We're used to the idea of like songwriting sessions and meeting new people and just like walking into the room and starting to write a song. Like that's a very new thing for most people when they come here.
Yeah.
We're like, really precious and protective and like, I don't know. But since we've opened ourselves up to collaboration, you learn so much just from working with
Yeah.
other people. Like they'll have skill sets that you don't have, and that'll just you'll strengthen one another. And like if everybody has the same destination, then it's gonna be like super strong. The process getting there is gonna be really strong.
But it's really interesting because we came from New Zealand, which is like doesn't have anything like this. You know, there's no. I mean, when we were there, and especially the culture that we're coming from is very like kind of alternative band leaning, guitar driven sort of
Do it yourself.
scene, and there isn't anything like that, and everything's insular, and everybody's like a jack of all trades, master of none. You know, there's
Yeah.
no sort of lane carved out for individual, someone who's just a producer. You know, everybody does a bit of everything.
Yeah.
So, but what's interesting is that, and I find this a lot for like more people who are more like artist types, is that they enjoy taking stuff away from what LA has to offer, but then as soon as you kind of experience it and get what you need out of it, you go, okay, that's enough. I've got people, I've kind of got the people that I like from the speed dating that is like song.
Yeah.
Yeah, you find
And you
your
go-
circle.
Yeah, you know, you like write with 20 people and then you just go, you know what? I clicked with that person the most. I'm just going to go back to them.
Yeah, that'll do. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Everyone, thanks for coming.
But it is like, honestly, it's an amazing thing to experience because there is so much to take away from it. And like, I don't think if we had moved anywhere else that we would have ever grown the way we've grown.
It is really tough
musically.
though. It's super super tough. It's not easy. LA definitely like is really hard on you if
Competitive.
you don't have like a connection of some kind. It's
Yeah, so
dumb.
competitive.
So dumb. But yeah, really really difficult. So we're
Damn.
super lucky that we're here.
There's this like amazing feeling when you go to a Naked and Famous show of, you know, that first wave of the heavy bass just hits you and you feel like you've been hit by like a train, right? And it's awesome. And your chest caves in a little bit and you're like, ugh.
Yeah, we can feel it too on stage because the subs are usually like directly under our feet.
Yeah.
I was going to say, you guys must absolutely, it must be an earthquake when you guys like are performing on stage. I mean, how a lot of these tracks in Recover are sort of very delicate sounds and these very like, you know, small, intimate moments. How do you feel that's going to translate from, say, something like, you know, some of the tracks off your second album that are just like all heavy bass,
Yeah.
and then you're into these delicate moments? Like, how do you feel those will translate in a live setting?
I feel like it'll translate really well because I feel like the bass, the synths, the guitars. Well, we don't have like crazy bombastic guitars that we're usually known for all over this record.
Not very many.
I think it will translate live, and maybe we'll do some things where we'll like maybe overcompensate for some parts that might not come across as well as we hoped, and that's the magic of a live show, that some things that be a little different from the record, you know.
Yeah.
So
We did actually get to play some of the new music at in Tasmania. As
Oh, really?
Yeah, we
for the Wine Machine
Wine
Festival.
Machine Festival that was
before-
Oh,
fun.
of course. Yeah, right. That was the end of last year, beginning of this year, right?
I love the pitch
Yeah.
of it as well because it was like I swear we actually got it pitched this way. It was like, yeah, it's like millennials, like they've grown up and still want to go like get shit faced, but like they all have money now. They're doing it at vineyards with wine. So we were like, woo, sounds awesome. But we got to play some new songs. Then we got to play Sunseeker. We played Bury Us, and Sunseeker went off because it's been getting a lot of love down in Australia. So that was great. Yeah, I think we weren't worried about the new music as far as like how it was going to translate live, because I think we felt very comfortable after so much live performance experience. We were just like, you know what, when we get around to do that, it'll be fine. We'll work it out, you know? So we just weren't worried. We just figured we would find something, a way to do it. And I think I was talking about this earlier, but there was like a point where, I don't know, we noticed that audiences didn't seem to care about how authentic the performance was. Like, it didn't. I grew up like listening to bands like Smashing Pumpkins and like Placebo, you know what I mean, where like you got this absolute sense of like the band being behind every aspect of the music. You know, it wasn't like, and then they came on stage and they'd play, and even if there was like a subtle backing track, it wasn't like, oh, they're relying on a backing track or something, you know. There's this kind of like illusion of
Billy Corgan, you sell out.
yeah. sort of like ridiculous idea of like authenticity, and I think we kind of clung to that early on because we thought that I feel like it did separate us from some of the other music that maybe we were seeing alongside. Like were a really tight live band, and we could play everything, and we had no backing tracks. Like we'd go on stage, and it was every sound was like a live sampler and a live effects unit and stuff, and that was really satisfying. And we saw that like translate to something real. People would see us and bookers and stuff at festivals be like, "Whoa, you guys are like a rock band. This is crazy. I didn't think. I thought you guys were like a synth pop band, and then we like really heavy live and really full on." But I don't know that I just feel like people don't care about that anymore, and it's a little bit old fashioned. And it was fun while it lasted for us and while we did that. But now it's like, I don't know if we need to do that anymore. I think as long as we're authentic about how we perform and all the important parts that's done live, that there's a live drummer, a full guitar, I'm playing it, we're singing everything, and someone's going ding, 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 ding. You know what I mean? It's like, who cares if there's like a little subtle tambourine on a backing track? No one cares.
Well, just last week, you guys also dropped, I guess, a quarantine version of Youngblood. And it's very similar. It's very similar to the one you guys dropped in 2018. And it's. I was talking to Maxi about it. It's a really beautiful sort of version, and it gives the track a whole new perspective and a whole new light. But obviously, it's known for its massive dance energy, and I guess it's overall good times. But I take it this song means a lot more than just its energy. It's got a message that's just as important.
We grew up with that song. So we grew up with that song, and so many people around the world grew up with that song. It was like a soundtrack to their lives. It was also the soundtrack to our lives and our formative years. It's that song is so nostalgic for us. And I think when I was writing the lyrics, I think I was trying to be wise and trying to speak from like somebody who's much older. Like, we're only young enough. Whatever, Alisa. Oh my god. But it's about growing up. It's a coming of age song, and that has really translated on a global scale, and that's just like crazy to think about.
Yeah, it is funny. Yeah, like the idea that we were being like retrospective about ourselves, but it is so like immediately autobiographical or biographical. We're like young and stupid, and like it's funny because I don't even remember having that kind of like perspective back then. I just feel like it just
came out naturally.
It's so far away now.
Yeah, that's the best way I can explain it. It's our coming of age. It's our coming of age movie, but in the form of a song.
And the acoustic version, because of like how we felt we had to go the full opposite direction for that, which was really enjoyable. And that whole process was weird because it took up a lot of time doing the strip record. And it didn't exactly like, it wasn't something that we did that was like hugely, it didn't like propel us forwards into the future. It kept us kind of static and stagnant for a little while. But I think we kind of really needed to do it because we got to get in touch with like our songwriting, who we were, what we'd done. And we'd always been asked to do acoustic performances, and we'd like hated them, never wanted to do them. So we were like, okay, if we're going to do an acoustic performance, let's do it like really well. Let's just like, make a whole album and like have no drums and ruin all the songs and make them super moody and miserable.
Hey, it worked. That was a great stripped back album. One of the best acoustic ones that I reckon I've ever heard in a while.
Thank you.
I mean, if we could sort of stay on that same line for a sec, you guys kind of erupted overnight. Well, especially, I mean, from the Australian perspective, there was just this band, The Naked and Famous, fully formed on our radios all the time. Like, do you think as people and now as artists looking back, how prepared were you for that? Like, we are.
We were chasing our tails. It was just like, we formed in 2006. We'd been writing songs and recording songs for a few years. We wrote Youngblood in 2009. We made a music video for it. We put our record out, and it just like went viral, like old-fashioned went viral on the internet. And we were just chasing our tails all around the world with that song. We were just wherever it was going, we were following. And nothing could prepare us for that. Like, nothing.
Yeah.
And it was my first time in a band, my first time touring, my first time like everything.
So to you, this is how all bands go. Like you write the one track, you master around the world, you move to LA, like
Yeah.
100% hit rate.
Especially like now hitting the 10-year anniversary mark, it's been pretty emotional for me personally because I'm just
You're
like
a sensitive soul, that's why.
I am. I cried twice in each episode of Modern Love that I started so I'm like honestly pathetic. But yeah, I've been feeling very nostalgic and been thinking a lot about the beginning of our career, and there's so much that I regret. It's so weird, but like there's so many things that I wish I'd done. I wish I was like a different person. I wish I would had taken it in a little more. I wish my focus had been elsewhere. Uh, I feel like I was focused on so many wrong things. Like, yeah, it's crazy, like going back in your head and thinking the could have, should have, would have sort of thinking. So yeah, it's
It's
like
essentially what Youngblood is about, right? That's
I
like
know,
it's
like
become meta story about itself.
no, seriously, it's like terrible. Like I feel so like if you feel nostalgic about it, like I feel that times 10. Like it's not, and I never ever felt I never felt that sort of again very 90s kind of like shame of your biggest hit. Like that was the thing. It was like, oh, that's just the popular song or whatever. Even seeing like Kurt Cobain talk about "Smells Like Teen Spirit" or Radiohead talk about "Creep," it's really funny because those were for them. Those are like groundbreaking cultural moment songs that have
Yeah.
not aged, and the ways in which they have aged are gorgeous. They're amazing. Like they've aged really well. It's fantastic. And yeah, they can be so sort of like nose up in the air about it and like, oh, I saw something the other day saying like Radiohead would just be playing Creep sometimes and then they just stop and be like, this isn't right, we're not feeling it. I was like, how can you do that to people? It's so
Daniel
bad.
Tom York.
It's like fucking hell. So I've never felt that. I've always felt like truly grateful and extremely lucky that we accidentally wrote a hit. You know what I mean? I claim no autonomy or agency in doing that. Full accident, super grateful. Wish I could do it again.
We did. Punch me.
Did it once more.
No, it was awesome. And I guess another sort of one that I've kind of wanted to ask about for a little while, so it's a bit of a throwback, is you guys hooked up with Blink-182 in 2017.
Yeah.
Like just the obvious differences in sound, even though there are obviously similarities. How did that come about? Like that's just been a question in my mind.
Well, luckily for us, Mark is a fan of the Naked and Famous, and
Oh, awesome.
Us coming by our name going by them on a list of like options for support was just like, oh yeah, we'll choose them.
Yeah.
We felt super lucky, but also I was really worried because I was like, okay, Blink-182, they're so iconic. Like, are their fans gonna eat us alive? Are they gonna totally hate our
Yeah,
music?
we were worried.
But then when we went out there, you look at their crowd, they just have like generations, like just spanning all different ages that have discovered Blink-182, and I'm just like, oh, this is we'll be fine, and we were totally fine.
Yeah, it was pretty fun, and they actually make an effort to like bring out kind of more less mainstream alternative acts on their tours. So, who else was opening?
Was it Waves? The other band?
The band Waves was opening. So
2Vs. Yeah, it was crazy. It was like an arena tour. We played some music festivals with them.
yeah, it was great. It was a really good show. Yeah, Mark's a big fan, and
Remember that festival we played in Atlanta when I dropped his bass guitar?
oh my gosh, this is
Oh no.
have you seen this?
No.
So we got
Elisa's-
to know like all of their like techs and stuff just from being on tour with them, and we were playing the same festivals. And we're like, oh, when we play our set, let's go watch them side of stage. So we went to go watch them side of stage. Like Wiz Khalifa and his crew is there side of stage, like chill. And I go up to Mark's guitar bass tech, and I'm like, hey man, can I take guitar on the next song? He's like, yeah. He's like, we're like yelling at each other because it's loud. He's like, all right, you ready? And then I walked out on stage, and the white smoke things come up.
Oh yeah, like the CO2 cannons.
Yeah, and so Mark has to hand me his guitar, then I have to give him the new one. And so we were doing the handoff, and then I thought he had it, and
Oh,
he
no.
didn't, and I dropped it in front of like thousands of people. I was so embarrassed, and
Oh.
and he was really sweet. He like came up to me afterwards, and he was like, "It's fine, don't
It
worry
was
about it."
really funny, but it was like the ultimate, like, yeah, just don't fuck this up.
Yeah.
You got one job.
Yeah, one. So funny.
Yeah.
We've heard so many
Wow.
good things about tours with them because they played. Well, Mark Hoppus played here as part of the Simple Creatures duo that he does with Alice Gaskarth in the start of the year, and Violent Soho, who you guys may know, the Aussie band, sort of did a bit of a tour diary of that that festival, and Mark Hoppus is just always there, just like having mad chats with everyone. Is he that kind of guy in real life?
Yes.
Like, is he super chill?
He's super chill. He'd come into the dressing room and like say, "Hey, what's up?" And
Well, actually, I was gonna say, yeah, one time he bought us all, he bought us all nasal rinsing kits.
like neti pots. Neti pots with like nail gun
Because
powder
we were like, oh,
solutions.
why do you do this? I was asking him about like singing what's his warm ups, and he's like, oh, I love neti pot. And he was just super about neti pots, and then he bought everyone had neti pots, so we all lined up in like this basketball arena like back dressing room, and we're all like hanging over the basins doing neti pots. Weird, but that's funny because I hope if we mention his name enough, then somehow he'll see this interview, and I can ask him and feel pressure him about Simple Creatures, because him and Alex came and they did a song here in this studio with me for Simple Creatures.
No way.
And they didn't cut it, and it's really cool.
I really like. I really
Let's
like.
start the petition.
Yeah, it was.
Yes.
I had so I had these two, like big rock stars over to my house in Echo Park, which is like tiny little house, and I was like, yeah guys, it's come over to be great, and I was like, oh no, I don't have AC in the garage, they're gonna be like sweating. So I ran down to Home Depot and like got like a tiny little AC unit just to hook up in my garage. But you can see this is the studio that I had Mark Hoppus and Alex.
Shoebox
This
studio.
tiny little studio.
That's a small studio for a couple of big names like that.
Yeah, and I was like, hey dude, go in here and record your vocals, and he's like banging his head against the thing. Pretty fun.
Now-
pressure's on our marketing team to make this happen then. And when I
Yeah,
say
we're gonna
marketing
have to-
team, I mean the two people on the other end of this call. But
Next
We're going to
thing-
do our very best. Tom, Alisa, thank you so much. The new album Recovered drops on the 24th of July, and it will be available on all your usual streaming services. Thanks again so much for coming on and taking the time to chat to us today.
Of course, thank you guys. It's
Yeah.
been a pleasure.
Thanks for letting us chew your ears off.